Hey, what's scarier than just regular ghosts? Ghosts with backpacks and rifles. So you thought it was gonna be a joke, but it's not. It's trench ghosts. Hello and welcome to another episode of Blast Arcade Painting. Today we are going to kit bash some trench ghosts for games like Trench Crusade or The Last War. I think there's some ghosts in that one. Either way, it's a fun little project, and yeah, let's get into it. Oh, just one note. I'm still not really good with milliput, so take that for what it's worth. So I've got these chain rasp sprue here, and I'm going to cut off a bunch of things off of it, and then I printed out some gas masks and backpacks, and then I also have these Victrix Napoleonic soldiers. So they're going to be having muskets, which I think is ultimately cooler than just a rifle. It's going to look like a weird ghost. And then we're just going to clip things off and clip the arms off of the chain rasps and the heads as well. You just want to get in there and get all the things hanging off their arms, so it will look like this pretty much. Then we'll take some milliput here. Yep, I am not very good with milliput, but I am trying to be better. And we're gonna smooth those over, and then put our arms in and smooth over top as well, like over top of the arms, so it looks like a cloak hanging over it. And yeah, we're gonna take a toothpick with some water on it so the milliput doesn't stick to it, and kind of smooth things out. And also the same with their heads. We'll put some milliput on, and like I'll press it in, and then I'll kind of cut the excess milliput away. Yeah, and then I use my toothpick to add in some like scratchy lines, so sort of like a burlappy ghillie suit sort of material. And yeah, so I mean the hardest part is getting the arms on there. And I have these shields, they're shovels, and I cut off the ends of them and then put them on their shoulders like they're little, kind of like a shoulder pad, and stuck their backpacks on. And then, yeah, waited for them to dry, gave them a zenithal, and here they are. Now, I think that they look pretty cool. I'm realizing after I made them that it would have been so much easier to buy the archer, like the crossbowman ghosts. That would have made life 1,000 times easier, because I could have just probably cut off the crossbows and put in the rifles, and not have had to do all the arm swapping. I think it probably would have looked better too. So I think I'm going to get some of those in the new year and make some more of these. Yeah, you could definitely go that route. I think it's going to look better, but this is what I had available, and this is what I made, so I don't know. Just flying by the seat of my pants here. And instead of painting them like ghostly, glowing and stuff, I wanted to paint them like soldiers. Like, I don't know, maybe they're creatures that were made. Like, maybe they're not actually ghosts, they're just called that. Doesn't matter. Let's paint them. First thing I'm going to do is take some Desolate Brown and some Speedpaint Medium. This Desolate Brown is like a greenish, sort of yellowish brown. Definitely has green in it. But anyway, it's going to go all over the spots that I milliputted. So, like, what I kind of made look like burlap, it's going all over those areas. Next, we're taking some Camo Cloak here. And this is going to go on all the lower parts of the cloak. So all the cloak parts that are actually part of the miniature, or lower than the burlap, it's going on there. So sort of like two tones here. We've got that burlap color, like they're wearing, like I said, almost like a ghillie suit, and then the military, camo cloak underneath, and then also their helmets. We're going to throw it on there as well. And you kind of want to smooth that around on the helmet, because it's a round helmet. I mean, whatever you end up using, but move that speed paint around so it's not going to be too blotchy. And the shield, the little shield they have on them. The other thing about Trench Crusade and The Last War is speed paints, contrast paints, and all that are going to be kind of good for these projects, because it's okay if these guys don't look like poppy colors and perfect. If they look a little you know, blotchy, rough. Like, they're out in trenches fighting. So it's okay for things to look a little bit messier, a little bit blotchier. Like, they're not using perfectly brand new armor. Like, it's things they've scrounged in the games and stuff like that. So, anyway. It's an excuse to not be great. Next off, we're taking some hardened leather here. And this is going to go on their masks. So I wanted that nice, warm brown on the masks there. I really think that looks quite good. It's also going to go all over their backpacks here. Next, we're taking some Wasteland Brown, and yeah, that's going to go all over the wood parts of their rifles. I've said it many times in a bunch of different videos. I like this color for wood. It looks like a weird sort of faded, greasy wood, and I just think it looks really good for that. Next, we're going to take some Maggot Skin here, and this is just going to go on their hands. It's the only part of skin that's showing, so Maggot Skin it is. Next, we're taking some black metal here, and yeah, this is going to go on the tips of their gas masks. I guess they're canisters is what they are. They're also going to go on any of the metal parts of their guns, and also we're going to put this on the lenses of their gas mask as well. We're going to be doing a little bit more to them, but we want to get that silver or black metal on there first. Any of the chains hanging off too. Are any of you guys playing Last War? It's a Forbidden Psalm game. It's really cool. You should check it out. And any of you guys that are interested in playing Trench Crusade, you should check out Last War as well, because you can use those miniatures for that game and those and this together. They're together. I actually am going to kind of use Last War and apply a little bit of the lore from Trench Crusade to it in my own headcanon. And yeah, that's what's great about this hobby. You can really just do whatever you want. Next, we're taking some strong tone here, and this is going over the entire miniature. We don't want it to pool too much. Like, we don't want big, globby pools of it. So what we do, you know, drive or brush, wick it away, but get it over the entire miniature. This is just going to tie everything together and dirty it down a little bit. And we're going to take some lime green next, and we're just going to put that in the lenses of their gas masks. You could just leave it at this, just put in the lime green and be done with it and be like, okay, these are good. But we're going to go a little bit further. We're going to take some Shamrock Green next, and we're going to put that over top of the lime green we just did, and just let that settle into the recesses. And we can put it on the little flames too. And we're going to take some Rainforest. This is the last thing. We're just going to put a dot in the center of the lenses. We'll do the bases. In this case, the bases are already done. You can go back and watch my how to make trench bases if you wanted to. And yeah, these guys are all finished up. All in all, these turned out really good. It was a fun project to work on. I do wish I had thought about the crossbow ghosts beforehand. I think they would look better because we would be able to do less converting. Yeah, I think they'd look better like that. So maybe I'll get some of those down the road and make a couple more. But it was, it's fun. It's fun to kit bash. I know I've been doing a lot of it on the channel lately and not doing so much Star Wars and Marvel stuff. That's just because it's just not as interesting right now. Yeah. Marvel Crisis Protocol, Shatterpoint, just not as interested. So, I apologize to you guys that watch me for those things. I'll still keep doing them, just right now it's just not as often. And as always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, Charming Grenade, Richie Fender, and LK. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and you guys have a great day. It's just as like trench warfare goes, which would be awful. It would be horrible. It would be so much worse if there were ghosts. Like, it would be terrible to look over the trench and just see a bunch of ghosts with helmets and rifles just floating over to you. It's not good. What if they could be stopped with a fan? Just a big fan. There's not enough media out there where ghosts are stopped by just fans on the 3 power setting.